go. Deepfrost. No, Deepfrost. There we go.
Brian, there's a, in general, there's a list of ideas that, yeah. But
I'm
these guys
thinking
can fill you in on the rest.
title of the stream is What's in a Name?
What's in a name?
Okay.
That last one is the one we all kind of generally grumbled agreement about.
Yeah.
The Fellowship of Fools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are these frickin' in the corners of our portraits? There's these emotes.
I was wondering
killing?
that too.
Those are your current status, and I changed mine to Delving Deeply Frosted.
Well, it's
How do you
showing
change
up in
it?
my stream and I don't like it.
Ooh.
Oh, we can remove them.
I know,
If
I
you
mean,
hover
like-
over your own, you can clear status.
Okay. Real quick.
And then you can swipe someone else's if you want, but
Here, I'm gaming.
Clear status. There
I'm
it
dying.
is.
I'm dying.
Okay. Hide that.
also I recently learned that if ever in Foundry you feel like you're running out of space, you should zoom out the web browser because it'll shrink like the chat windows and stuff. It won't shrink your like window, like the actual like map and stuff, but all the HUD items will shrink if you zoom out.
Okay. That.
Oh,
interesting.
interesting.
Just Battlefield. Please
I'm
be
currently
slow.
playing with it at 80% zoom. Just did that for we played remote for my Saturday campaign for the first time this week, and I found that out, and it made DMing in Foundry way easier.
I can imagine. It's like zooming out on Stardew Valley.
Yeah. I did that day one, and then I like started a new farm, and that setting wasn't in place, and I was like, oh. Like I just Googled what setting should I put in place and like did the zoom without even thinking about it. And then started a new farm and tried it didn't realize it didn't have my settings for a minute, and it was bad.
We are good to go.
Sweet.
Turn off my Spotify if we're listening to yeah. Lo-fi Zelda music doesn't match the vibe that you got for us.
Well, last time we met about a month ago. Sorry, guys. You guys were on downtime, and a few things happened. A few stories were told. People were boistered. The town, the feeling of the town is now, after the recent stories and success in Citadel, the general atmosphere of town is more uplifted. People have started going to some of the derelict buildings and starting to spruce them up a little bit. At least taking off some of the boards from the windows and the doors. And this morning, as you all wake up refreshed, well rested, you find it to be really freaking cold. The night has brought an added layer of snow, and then cleared up to be now completely frosted and frozen over. The warmth of the hearth in the common room in the hidden stash is barely enough to keep the chill out. As you gather to have breakfast, Tarzan comes in, a gleam in his eye, an idea on his lips, as he asks the most pivotal question in any adventuring party's career. What are we going to call this group? And as you all sit there quietly thinking, the hustle and bustle of people coming in for breakfast, or Marlon calling out some orders to some help. The question is there for you.
I
The discussion.
imagine Tarzan and company is not on the table.
I think it's a tad minifying of our group.
Yeah, I figured.
Mm. What about the serendipitous scoundrels?
No.
I don't know that scoundrel is a word that describes many of us particularly well. Although I do enjoy where your head's at with that.
I do see
Maybe something with
ourselves.
more restoration, more heroism.
I do see ourselves as a company or a fellowship. I do like those words.
Crusaders Company? I don't know.
Well, we were all called fools for going into the tower, so how about the Fellowship of Fools?
It does have a certain ring to it.
Well, that's me, so I can't say no.
I mean, I showed up here pretty much because of a journal.
Sounds good to me. Well, I will be going to the Citadel today, and whoever wishes to join me may. I will be simply... Is there a wagon for me to be able to to borrow?
Hey, you know of a couple people who own a wagon, whether it's a push cart or a mule or horse-drawn.
Probably one horse-drawn wagon, just to rent it for the day. And to bring it up there, grab some stuff from the Citadel, and bring it down. How many days left of downtime did we want to say we have?
Today is the be the fourth day since you guys came back. And potentially the day that Ergi could go and check on his armor.
Okay. Well, I know going up to the Citadel is a whole day affair.
Well, I'll come with, but maybe we can stop by Simeon's first.
I don't plan to tell any stories this evening, I think. I think it's a night for a break. So I'd be happy to accompany you.
Count me in. Can't let you guys trip in any traps without me.
Oh. Let's go to Simeon's then.
Unless there's anything else, you guys finish up your meals and head over to Simeon's. He is, you can kind of see him in the back. The store is set up where you have a front desk kind of a counter area, which then opens up into a bigger space where the actual smithy is. And you see him back, sitting in a chair, has a big piece of metal over him, and he's just polishing and doing something to that there. As you guys walk in, he looks up. Perfect. That was
Hey,
fortuitous timing. I just finished, or at least I've got maybe one more piece to polish. If you want to help me with that real quick.
sure, I'd love to. Just show me what to do.
He gives you a rag and a solution. It's like just polish the heck out of it until you can see yourself. Or if you don't want it like that.
I'll find a place to sit and go to town.
As you guys are finishing that up, he looks over the armor. Well, whoever damaged this did a number on it. That was a lot of work. You see the inlay here. Everything, the exterior shell and the interior pieces were all destroyed and buckled and needed to be replaced. As you can look, you can see barely a seam from when it was caved in and collapsed. You did a fantastic job repairing this. Just fair warning, Ergi. If this was any other piece of armor, I would have scrapped it. But since you asked for it to be repaired, that section, if hit again in such a way, will probably buckle again. There's just nothing I could do to I did my best to reinforce it. Extra pieces in there, but it is what it is. You got two pieces of metal that were put back together, but that weld is only so strong. So just keep an eye on it. If it starts to warp at all, bring it back in, and I'll kind of hammer it back out.
Well, thank you. You did a fantastic job. What do I owe you?
This kind of looks down at it. We'll say this would normally cost several hundred. But with all that you and your crew have done, and the help that you, Ergi, have given me, 35 gold for the repair. I appreciate it. I appreciate what you did in helping me get my mind back a little bit.
Thank you, Simeon. It's all that a man can do for another.
Well, let's pass it forward, right?
Right. And I'll give
Anyway,
35 gold.
let's get this on you. And he helps you get it on and strap it in. And, it looks really nice on you. I mean, you knew it was a nice set of armor before when it was dinged up and broken, but now it feels good wearing a full whole plate mail again.
Nice to have some AC back.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, we're headed up to the Citadel. It's pretty safe now. I think we're going to gather some things up there. Wait, that's what we're doing, right?
Yes.
In good luck. Be careful. I believe you guys are going back, but just, don't be stupid.
Someone's got to.
Yeah. Foolish all the way. All right. I got to get back to work. He hits and grabs another set of something he's working on and starts hammering on it. And you
Alright.
guys head out and up. I'll say easy enough. You do find a horse and cart. The colt, for Andrus, has one that he'll lend out to you guys.
Okay.
He just says, "Hey, bring it back if you're going up there. Just bring it back.
Will do.
One time doesn't make a habit, right? Of surviving up there."
Of course not. Appreciate it. And Karzan will bring it to the Golden Vein to put in some woodwork signs that he had prepared the previous night.
Sure.
And bring in some paint as well, some ink.
Okay. You gather everything up,
Yes, Tim?
Al?
Just when you have a second, I have a question, housekeeping, character sheet stuff, but yeah. Sorry, didn't mean
What's up?
to. I believe you gave me a dagger I gave myself. You gave me a after last session where my dagger was repaired, right? And you said it became a +1 dagger. I modified said dagger to be a +1 dagger, and then it looks like you might have also put another of the same dagger in my sheet.
Yes, technically. I didn't realize you added that one. I'll say the one. You can name it whatever you want, but the one I added is
Great.
what it is known as. This style, this type.
Great.
Well, if no one has
All the
any-
stats are modified on there to include the +1, so you should be good.
Great. Just delete that one. Favorite this one. Drag it back to the top, and we should be fully good to go.
Cool. Anything else before you head up the hill?
Nope.
Okay. An hour or two later, you find yourselves in front of the Citadel gates again. They are closed as you left them, and doesn't look like there are any other footsteps or anything in the fresh snow.
Perfect. Karzan will take out a hammer and start putting down some signs. Probably 3-ish.
Okay.
Property of the Fellowship of Fools, no trespassing.
Okay.
Private property on the third one.
Good. The rest of you, while he's doing that, what do you guys want to do?
If you want to go in ahead of
Watch
me,
and look good.
we're coming here for anything of value that we can put in the cart. So, that library, there's quite a lot of books in there. I want them. In addition, art, objects, antiques, whatever you feel like looks like it could have value, probably does. And so, Grab it, put it in the cart, we'll bring it down to the shop.
All right, all right.
Just wondering, you know that one room where we opened the doors, saw some twig things and a bunch of plants that were like, nope. Do we want to try looking in there again?
I mean, we can. I don't see why not. Since we may want to reclaim the Citadel once we clear it out, we probably will need to do it eventually anyways. We can see what's happening in there.
Yeah. Can't be worse than the portrait, man, right?
It probably can, but I doubt it is.
Once Carson's
The
done,
DM has no comment.
Carson will finish hammering in the signs, and then if no one's gone in yet, he'll say, well, let's get to it. We'll walk into the Citadel and start investigating and plundering.
Cal is gonna just start casting Prestidigitation to like sweep all the floors, get cobwebs out of the corner. Like that's what he's doing for the next
yeah.
until Carson's ready to leave.
Also, Carson's going to have Detect Magic up for this. He's going to use a spell slot. He's not going to wait today.
That's good.
I'm gonna go ahead and, if it's okay, long rest to like heal up and get my stuff back. I'm assuming we didn't really do anything in the last time, like any fighting. I'm just missing
yeah.
some health and stuff.
Yeah, you're
So
totally good. You're totally good to long rest.
sweet, thanks.
So, since I was counting on this kind of being a downtime activity type thing.
Yeah. We're not going to go through it. I just wanted to put the map up. Going through it, with Cal cleaning and the rest of you searching and whatnot, you do need to double check here.
But yeah, any art pieces, any vases, any goblets, fine silverware, silver jewelry, or jewelry or silver plates, silver cups, anything that could be melted down.
Oh. Should we leave that sanctuary room alone?
I feel like because the portrait's gone, the illusory magic should be gone. Karzan would walk up to it and with his detect magic to make sure it's gone, if so.
What?
The illusory magic in the dining hall.
Oh yeah, no, there is a ton of long rotted food and detritus. It is a disgusting sight, to be honest. Let me double check something real quick. All right, I'm just trying to remember what you guys actually grabbed and what you didn't. Yeah, dining room is... let's see here. Your dining hall. I don't find anything specific in the dining hall. Everything is now normal and rotted and gross. You go into the...
What's the silverware made out of?
It's like it's a rusted pewter.
Okay.
Nothing like crazy fancy. Just more utilitarian. I can't remember. Did you guys go in the...
Go in the what?
Yeah, we
kitchen?
went in there.
Yeah, we went in the kitchen, and that's where we found the statuette balancer thing and put it in the chapel.
Cool.
Got attacked by a knife, etc.
No fine china.
Yep. All right. No fine china. Whatever dishes you see are broken or unusable.
Okay.
Moving through... You got the stuff in the bedrooms, these guys over here.
No paintings, no art. I thought there
No
was a ton
paintings.
of
No.
that.
There are paintings, but they are long faded and mangled and ruined. I will say that you do find in this on the first floor, you do find one painting that is salvageable.
Perfect.
It's a nice mountainous landscape picture, similar to what you would see looking north from the Citadel. In the other than that, nothing really of note here in this first floor.
What about the bed
Um,
frames?
Bed frames could be used, could be salvageable, but they also are a little bit termite ridden.
There's termites. Okay.
A little bit, or something. Something has eaten through some of the wood. Although, as you sit on one, it seems pretty solid. Just the thing, the bedding and the mattress is what collapses underneath you. The frame seems to be his frames seem to be okay. Watching Cal meticulously go through each room cleaning. Let's see, second floor. The throne room. There is no throne there. Just the bloodstain.
Carpet in the throne
The
room.
treasure. Carpet in the throne room seems okay. It's dirty, but probably could be cleaned.
We had to cut the other one in half, and it seemed solid enough to drape over the two statues we had to do. And so
Yes, those ones are okay.
okay, that carpet's gonna hold up. Though I will say, even though I hate to remind you about this, a man did walk through there bleeding, probably all over that carpet.
I'll say it's fine.
Okay, thank you.
It could just use a little cleaning. That's yeah. It's a red rug anyway.
That giant freaking 15-foot by, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40-foot rug we're going to try and roll up and put into the cart.
Look. In the treasure room, the what are they called? The
Eric wants me to what?
two halves of the rugs are still over the
Statues.
the statues.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Sure.
We could probably, I mean, I'm sure we cut those in half pretty hastily, but we could probably clean them up and sell them as 2 rugs. We might lose a few feet of fabric, but like.
All right.
Is there anybody super wealthy that would buy such a giant rug?
We also could wait until one of us learns mending and just leave the rug here because I kind of just want to live here at this point.
Oh my gosh, what am I talking about?
Oh,
I know
hey,
mending.
you know those termite-ridden bed frames and all that? Yeah.
There we go. All right, now we're getting places. Karzan knows freaking mending. Now.
And I know Precedent, so I can get out bloodstains.
Awesome. Okay, now we're starting to build it up together. All right. Those bed frames, Karzan will probably start casting. Let me reread what mending does real quick. I remember it says specifically like single break or tear in an object you touch.
It is no more than 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot.
Yes. So I'm assuming I couldn't go across a 15-foot rug gash and do 1 foot at a time, because that's like
Probably not. No, because that's a single cut. That's a lot longer, unfortunately.
that's what I was thinking. It's supposed to be like, but I could, if the cut was 1 foot into the rug, like clean that cut. Because it says it says in mending, as long as the break or tear is no longer than 1 foot in any dimension. So so basically, you can repair parts of things too, as long as the part you're repairing isn't longer than a foot.
Right, yeah. So if you were to put those two halves of the rug back together and try to mend it 1 foot at a time, this spell would fail. But if you were to try to mend it separately and just have like a nice clean edge on the cut side, it would probably work.
Yeah, well, I was more referring
What
to
if
like
we-
other. I'm not going to attempt to put these two pieces of carpet together. That's ridiculous. But like,
Okay, let's not do this, but we could cut it into squares, 1 foot by 1 foot squares, and then mend all of those squares together. But let's not do that. I just thought it would be good to bring up.
I guess
So
that
for
is
the
a
next 7
technicality.
hours, you are cutting it into
Hey, it only takes a minute, man, to cast mending.
not to cut it up.
Yeah, I know. We're not doing that.
You ever tried cutting a carpet? Like a rug?
Unless you have the ideal tools, it's awful.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I don't think that there are razor blades in this time period.
Power saws.
So the rug in the throne room. I'm gonna start making a list real quick. 1 second.
You have a group inventory.
Yeah, but it's faster just to make a notepad thing right now, because every time I do something in the group inventory, I'm gonna have to make a new item. So 15-foot by 40-foot rug. I would like to actually know how heavy that is, and even if the horses could even take it out. That's ridiculous. That's one thing we're taking. Once we're done in the throne room, Carzon definitely wants to hit beeline to the library, and it's just gonna be like every book that's readable is taken in that on all those walls.
Easy enough.
And that's a lot of books by the looks of it. I feel unless
So
we're
it
not
would
taking
be.
it literally.
It would be, except for the fact that when you were fighting Sorin, most of those books were flying around and getting destroyed and are now all over the ground with papers scattered everywhere. A lot of them weren't bound, they were just loose leaf with a covering on them.
What you're saying is we could mend all of those books if we wanted to take the time to figure out which pages went to which books.
I mean, it's your guys' camp, like your guys' game. I'm just here to tell you what's there.
Yeah.
How long? What do you think of? A month? 2?
I'm not.
Maybe, depending on how quickly you guys read.
I feel like there's a lot of books in this library by the looks of it, but I'm not like 100% sure, and I wouldn't think like all the books would be flying.
Most of them did start to fly, and the bookshelves weren't completely full.
Okay. There's also another rug in here, which is nice. And
Did I miss anything?
not really.
Yeah, you missed
We were
discussion
just
of-
stacking things and realized Carzon has mending. That's it.
And the discussion of potentially cutting up a giant rug into 1 foot by 1 foot squares so that he can mend them back
I
together.
call that a 10 by 30 foot rug.
The rugs that we used for the statues.
Yeah.
The two animal heads, I know they were talking before, but you said they went back to normal afterwards. Are those presentable?
Sort of.
I think one of them has a bunch of arrows sticking out of it.
I think that was the dragon
Yeah.
head above, actually.
I thought the
One of
boar
these
head
two.
got it too.
It might
Boarhead
have.
got a couple.
Okay. Forehead
But
that
has
also,
dragon, it
arrows.
was
that's mending right there for sure. That one is mending.
Okay, yeah. Tarzan will cast Mending on each of the heads to make them presentable again. And then chuck them in the cart. So I'm going to say one stuffed... is that an elk head? Probably.
I'll call it yes.
One stuffed hog head. And then how many books would you say? I'm going to... Whatever you say is how many books we're able to salvage is how many books we're able to salvage.
30.
30 various books.
You're expecting me to give you details on each one.
No.
You ain't getting it.
30 I know. 30 books from library of his name what's his name again? Theo something, right?
Thaddeus Holston.
Thaddeus. Oh, why did it started with a TH? Thaddeus Holston.
While you're writing the rest of that, I'm gonna go help get my kids down, and I'll be right back.
Okay. Probably going to stamp through the fireplace, see if there's anything secret in there.
It's on the desk on the other side there, the chair.
Cool. And then we have this plant place too.
Yeah, we gotta check out the plant place. Might be something worth something in there.
you
There's
know,
the
while I was away from the computer, I had the thought that maybe because after getting rid of the portrait person and after a few days, maybe I don't know, maybe the plants went rampaged in the room or something.
Maybe they completely unanimated and just fell to the floor.
Or maybe we'll find some crimson nernroot.
I know,
Oh.
Where should I be dumping all the gunk? Like just out in the snow in the front, or like?
if the window's open now, yeah, just chuck it out the window.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean I'm presaging piles of stuff like effectively sweeping, right?
Right.
All the ash and the soot and the grime and the whatever from years and years and years into piles,
Oh.
and then just like taking that out the front door, pretty much.
The torches are all still lit, right?
Oh man, these are torches of continual flame.
Yeah,
If they're
so
still lit.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, if it
We'll have to
wasn't
ask
just
Josh.
magic.
Because, like, the illusory magic of the dining hall went away with, Mr. Frickin' Painting. Maybe the torches
we never
did
got
too.
a name out of him, did we?
Maybe.
I don't believe we did. We just know he's not Thaddeus. I will say, what was it? There's another thing. The torches might be bolted to the wall.
I mean, we can overcome some bolts.
Just feel like it's not worth as much if they're like awkward to hold. How much does it cost to cast continual flame? $50 gold pieces each to cast a torch of continual flame. I would like
Is
to
it
take like 2 of them and just
concentration?
stamp them on the golden vein, but like that's probably it.
I also kind of we could just live here. There are 4 bedrooms downstairs.
Yeah, well, one of them's got a dead body in it.
No, it doesn't. I moved it outside.
Well, yeah, I know, but had a dead body.
In the snow. That's respect right there.
Sorry, but like this citadel, we only cleared the citadel as far as we can tell so far. but it's still on top of a mines
that
that
things
have
can come
weird.
out of.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mm. Fair.
Tarzan likes his little home he's got. Though I'm not against it, to be honest. Tarzan, like, I at the same time, Tarzan's not against it. Because he did leave Colt in charge of the
Golden Vein.
Golden Vein.
I've got my headset, so I'm still listening. I'm just gonna go grab some food.
Okay.
So if Josh gets back, I'm still here.
That was twice now that someone's camera screen went all pixelated.
He disconnected and reconnected real quick.
Well,
Made the noises.
no, I did that on purpose to get rid
Oh.
of the pixelation.
That's annoying. Ugh.
Yeah, first time it was yours. Second time it was Tim's. So I'm not. So it's probably something on my end.
Could be.
Ooh.
I will say that desk above us in the plant covered room, that's a nice desk. I like that desk.
The one that the druid was hiding in.
Yeah.
The one in the picture does look kind of nice. You know, when Josh gets back, I should probably have Nyx actually attuned to the Master's Key at this point.
Probably? I would think so.
All right, sorry about that, guys.
It's fine.
Is Kyle there? There we go. Okay. And I know,
I'm here.
yeah, Tim's there. He's just listening.
Okay.
Tim's invisible.
It's my favorite kind of visible.
So it has been long enough that it's been like more than an hour by this point, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I think Nyx will finally get around to actually attuning to the Master's Key because he didn't do it before for whatever reason.
Okay.
Oh yeah, huh? Are all the torches still lit?
Yeah.
They are, yes. However, you guys
Okay.
do notice that as the day progresses and as it has been several days since you guys have been here, it is noticeably colder in the Citadel.
Would that be for any seasonal reason,
I
or is
mean,
it unusual?
it was
Pretty cold
unusual that it was so
outside.
warm. Was that Brian?
Oh, I was saying it's pretty cold outside.
Yeah. It is very, very cold outside. You are in the thralls of winter, but it was unusual that it was so warm before. For a castle made of stone in deep winter, this isn't per se abnormal, especially since nobody's been living here. Nobody's been tending to the fires, the hearths, anything that is remotely there to keep anything warm.
Not Charles. Karzan is going to basically instruct Ergi, or people stronger than him, to remove 2 of the torches from the walls. Or at least he'll ask him to remove 1, see if it stays lit, if it's a continual flame spell, and if it is, he's going to take 2 for the golden vein to stick them on.
So
Are they just like,
um
go ahead.
Josh,
Yeah.
a lock is a thing that rotates in a specific way to allow access to something, right?
It sounds like a very
Could I use knock on the
specifically
bolts that are
worded.
holding the torches to the wall to get them down?
It doesn't work that way.
I'm going to actively advocate against you being able to do that.
I am 100% okay with that answer being no, but I had to ask.
In that case, any nut or bolt or any screw would be a lock.
One could say the Citadel is a lock in the mountain.
Oh.
I'm going to knock the Citadel out.
Yeah, I'll try to remove a torch.
I mean, it's not like they're bolted to the wall. They're stuck in sconces.
Okay.
So you just reach up and pull one out, and it stays lit. It does seem like a continual flame.
Okay, so they're
Um,
actually
real
just
quick.
torches and sconces. Okay.
Real quick, Nyx, can you meet me in Whispers real quick?
Oh gosh. That's what you get
Okay.
for attuning to a magic item.
Inside the Citadel.
Is continual flame hot?
No.
Good.
If I can look at it. A flame
Can it be
equivalent
put
in
out?
brightness to a torch springs forth from an object that you touch. The effect looks like a regular flame, but it creates no heat and doesn't use oxygen. A continual flame can be covered or hidden, but not smothered or quenched.
So we could just grab torches and put them in bags, and it won't really do anything.
No, yeah.
That's cool.
Huh. That's weird. Like you can bag of holding a torch and it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Weird.
So if they're just
Yeah, let's grab all
ensconces,
those.
because like I was against like removing any installations, like anything bolted to the wall. But if they're just torches, I say take them all and sell them for a profit.
Well, right, because
Yeah,
if
use
we,
them to light your shop.
even if we do eventually live here, like it's not worth an everlasting torch that we could sell to light up our house. Like, yeah, we can put normal torches in those sconces and it'll be fine. How much did you say that's worth? Like 50 gold or something like that?
It is 50 gold to cast continual flame.
So we could sell
Is
an
that a
everlasting torch
concentration
for
spell?
like 50 gold.
I wouldn't say 50. Maybe. I guess like it is a completed product, so hypothetically you could sell it for 100 gold. Because you're like creating a product from 50 gold pieces of ruby dust.
Right, and a torch, right? And so like and a spell slot, which is worth like a gold.
Second level.
Mm-hmm.
Like healing spells, like for example, like a cure wounds spell is guaranteed to heal a peasant to full health, right? And so like how much would a peasant pay for that first level spell slot?
Sounds like a
How much
question
money does a
Tarzan
peasant have?
absolutely knows the answer to.
Right. Lesser Restoration's a third level spell or second?
Second, I think?
Because in that case, I picture massive hospitals just swarming with third level clerics.
It's a second.
Like, yeah, so like third level clerics that can have second level spells. So you just got hospital somewhere full of like hundreds of third level clerics so that they can cure all diseases and stuff. Like,
Where did Josh go again?
Right here.
he went to Whispers for a minute.
Oh, right. Now they're back. I'm like,
Sorry for messing up your layout.
we were talking about how much we could sell a continual flame torch for. Because it costs...
Well, it's 50 gold worth of ruby dust, I think it is.
Yep. And
Yep.
you're basically creating a product. So it's kind of like you can buy a health potion for 50 gold, but you can make one for 25.
Mm-hmm. So you could probably sell it for probably 75.
I
maybe up to
was
100,
thinking
somewhere around there.
75. I wouldn't double it, but I would like... It's a cool light
Yeah,
that doesn't go out.
you have to accommodate for the mobility of it, right? Because it's on a stick, like you can carry it around, and the second level spell slot, and the fact that somebody's time went into it. And so I put 75 as the minimum personally, but
Yeah. Somewhere between 75 and 100, I think.
yeah.
And also, it doesn't just have to be on a torch.
Yeah,
You
but
put it
Well,
on a
right,
land
but we
torch.
already have the torches.
Right. I'm talking if you wanted to mass produce these.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
And a steady supply of
Ruby dust.
ruby dust, because it does.
It is one of the consume ones.
Yep.
I would assume so for continual effect, but
Nuggies.
I love me some nuggies, man.
Yeah. Dang, that sounds good.
And I made some like really fancy fry sauce too, using a sriracha mayo and barbecue sauce and stuff.
Nice.
Alright.
Nah.
We're gonna take every continual flame torch from every room. That's an amount that we can figure out later, but I'm just going to write down every continual flame torch from every room.
Yep.
Okay. I'm getting the skull bomb vibes now.
Listen, man, I'm just Baldur's Gate 3 looting, alright?
Hold A. Thing goes out. All right, loot this one, loot this one, loot this one. Yeah. I'll give you a number right now.
Oh, wow. I was thinking like a room-by-room basis, but... Hmm.
14.
Okay. You know, technically...
Is that both floors, or just this one?
Technically, you could say a continual flame torch is a magic item.
Technically, it's not the item, it's the flame.
That's still a permanent magic effect. I'd call that a magic item. What are you talking about? It's the
Well,
flame. You think a peasant's gonna say,
it's-
technically, it's not the... No, that's a magic item.
Until the spell is dispelled.
Okay,
Are you trying to make it so the mayor will give us 50 gold for
Yes.
each of these straight out?
Yes.
I mean, it's good town infrastructure. I'm sure it'll reduce crime rates to have
That's
everlasting
very
torches
true.
in the
You
street.
know what? We can make that argument when we get there. Right now, we're not there. Anyway,
You.
we're lined up at the plant door.
Oh, that's where you're all at.
Also, what's Nyx up to? Did we notice
Nyx
anything?
was. Nyx, he just sat for a little bit, holding on to an old rusted key. It's about yay big and very thick.
I did identify it.
You did identify it, yes. And he attuned to it. Cool. This door. I don't remember it being locked.
We
one of
opened
you
it
guys
and
lock it?
immediately closed it because we saw what was inside and then ran away.
Cool. I'm just gonna say it wasn't locked. Who's opening it?
Carson, as he did before, will open it in the exact same way to see if there's things in there. And then...
And I'll have the longbow and arrow ready.
Longbow and arrows ready. You open it up to a beautiful greenhouse. There is a thing to read. Opening the door, you first notice the warmth inside. All around the walls, which on the exterior of the... It doesn't show it on the map, but on the exterior of the castle is all windows. Almost like a greenhouse. All sorts of weird and exotic plants grow in the dirt. Two small moving heaps of twigs and small branches are cleaning the floor to the best that they can. They're kind of just pushing dirt one place to another, to another, to another. And one bigger twig person, they're humanoid, made completely of branches and twigs and leaves. Some seem to be in a growing state, green. Others seem to be dead and brown. The bigger one seems to be watering a large, writhing plant in the corner. This guy over here. As you open the door, real quick, the bigger one turns towards you, the big watering can, and then turns back to its task as it dodges one of the tendrils that whips out. The other little ones don't seem to notice you. Your detect magic, Tarzan, does get a ping just on the other side of the door. Stop camera. Of some sort of my brain just totally died. Does get an abjurative ping. Or sorry, evocation.
All right. Like something on the ground.
It's hard to tell. It's just kind of in that direction, on the opposite side of the wall, to the left of the door.
Oh, to the left. Okay, I'll take a look inside then.
Sure. The door opens this way, so
Oh, it opens to the
I don't know
left.
how it looks. It opens inward to the left.
Okay. Karzan will communicate that he senses some magic and he doesn't know if it's like a trap. Does this door have hinges?
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean,
Do you have tools?
I'd like to
Should
remove
we-
the
should I
door
kick
off
it?
the hinges.
Is it a wooden door? I'll kick it.
it is a wooden door. It does seem to be pretty well rooted in there, and it's not so much of just a hinge like this. It's honestly similar to the doors we have these days, where it's a pin through several cylinders.
Super easy to take off the hinges.
Yeah. So you guys can get some tools underneath there and pop those off real quick. It does make some noise if you're trying to be stealthy.
I think if they're not attacking us right now, we're not necessarily trying to be stealthy right now.
Okay, no worries. You may easily manage to pop the doors off, the door off the hinges. Which you let it fall inward.
No, we're gonna like take it out.
Yeah, put it in the hall.
You guys kind of jerry it out and put it in the hall. At this point, the two twig blights are now looking up at you. Hollow eye sockets, if you would. There is also just a mess of branches and interlocking twigs. Each of them have a rudimentary broom, and they're just kind of sweeping. And then they notice the dirt they've swept into one corner. They go over and they sweep it out of that corner into another corner. And then they do it again.
Real quick, I'm going to use Channel Divinity Knowledge of the Ages and give myself proficiency in nature.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and identify some of the plants that are in here.
Okay.
Can I give the help action since I have a +3 in nature and I'm half proficient?
Sure. You guys both look in and take a look around. Various herbs of kind of random assortment, not from this area at all. In the corner, the one that's writhing and moving, that is known as a man trap. Very dangerous if agitated, but seems to be in a calm state at this point in time. There are herbs that can be used in potion making. There are. It is a random assortment, and there's even a couple. Oh, actually, you guys didn't even. Did you roll?
You just
No
started.
brain.
You just started saying things.
I just started. I'm just gonna give it to you. I'm tired.
But it's all right.
Both of
I
you guys
used the
with
ability. I had proficiency and advantage. It's fine.
yeah, sure. Oh, that's fine. It's just random assortment. There's one or two that neither of you have ever seen. There's at least 3 big plants, especially as you're looking around the corner and whatnot in this this back corner here. Cal, you recognize some from your home. From your home. There's some plants that are native to Elven countries, and they're growing here. And it looks like that these, as you're kind of taking the survey, it looks like these twig blights and the vine blight are just taking care of them. As you walk in a little bit further and kind of get a better look, they continue doing their jobs. The vine blight goes over and starts watering a couple of the other plants. And Nix, do you walk in yet? Or do you stay hidden, or what are you doing?
I'll go up here and stay right outside the door for the moment.
Okay. The vine blight, as you walk by the door, trying to get to the other side, it catches you out of the corner of its perception, and it turns towards you and bows, and then goes back to watering. The little ones don't notice. Tarzan, the thing that's pinging on a little table there is a small vial of pinkish liquid.
I'm gonna say Tarzan doesn't notice that Nyx walked by the door or hasn't walked in, and he's going to like, "Why, thank you, little one," and he'll bow back to it.
There's no response, but yeah.
I'll look at the little.
By the way, so
We have an herbalist. Do we have an herbalist in Hermilton?
The druids.
Yeah, the druid would be definitely
Druid's
qualified.
probably your best bet, yeah.
Selena?
What's that?
Just her name. It's Selena, right?
Oh, the druid?
Yeah.
Selena, yeah. Selena and Garenwin.
Yep.
So just a frame of reference, the 2 little twig blights is what they're called. They're about 3 to 4 feet tall, and the vine blight is about 5 feet tall.
Can I use prestidigitation to free them from eternally sweeping that dirt by getting it out of the room?
As you do, you prestidigitate it several times, and as you do, the twig blights just kind of stand there, look around. One of them kind of puts its hands on its hips, nods, puts the broom down, and grabs a watering can and starts helping to water.
Good.
Yeah, there's a desk with various things, including the little potion of yellow or vial of yellow liquid.
That was pink.
Pink, sorry. Yes. Thank you.
Well, after no disturbances of the warning kind, Nyx will step inside the door.
At that, the vine blight once again turns, bows, and the 2 twig blights turn and bow towards supposedly your whole group, but also towards specifically towards Nyx.
Tarzan will notice that Nyx just walked in and say, "Try telling them to stand still, Nyx."
Okay. Does Nyx know what kind of creatures these are specifically?
I think so. Yeah. Go ahead and make a nature check.
Nature.
I think that
Okay.
might do it.
Okay. Blights, stand still.
The thorn or the vine blight just kind of stops, turns. You hear something almost like wood scraping on wood, and then the two twig blights bolt in place.
That is very
Blights, resume your duties.
Once again, the weird sound echoes off of out of the vine blight, and then the two twig blights keep going, and he keeps it keeps watering. One of the twig blights goes over and starts to pull some weeds that have grown in one area. It's immaculately kept in here, except for the dirt that was on the ground, which is now gone.
Do one of you guys want to try to do that? I mean, telling them to stop or something?
Twig blight. Rest.
Response.
Vine blight. Rest.
The vine blight kind of looks at you, cocks his head, then turns back to its work and keeps working.
Interesting. So the vine blight is smart enough to understand us.
Or maybe at least just know that we're speaking to it.
It's fair. I'm guessing the twig
there-
blights don't speak common, or at least understand common.
In the desk.
Because-
Oh, sorry.
Just because the vine blight had to echo the orders to the twig blights, right? So the vine blight's the only one that speaks common.
In the desk, would you say there are materials or things equivalent to a herbalism kit?
Yeah.
Okay. Carson's gonna cast Borrowed Knowledge and give himself proficiency in herbalism kits. I believe. Oh, frick, wait a sec. Borrowed Knowledge might only be a skill. Ah, crap. It's a skill. In that case, because we're not planning on doing anything else today, I'm going to reuse Knowledge of the Ages, Channel Divinity, because that allows me to use proficiency in any tool that I desire. I'm going to reuse that to gain proficiency in Herbalism Kit, and then I'm going to start collecting all of the herbs not too close to the man-eater in the corner.
Okay.
Hey,
Um,
Garzen, I don't know if when those plants leave this room, they're gonna like the temperature.
We'll bundle them up. But we're not. I'm not like despotting them. I'm just harvesting the like leaves or petals or whatever is useful for potions.
Okay.
Which means, in theory, in 2 years, we could do it again or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Gonna try asking them a question. Lights. Can we use some of these herbs?
Vine.
Carson's literally about to start. He pauses.
The vine blight looks over at you, Nyx, bows and nods, and kind of gestures to Karzin to continue.
And Carson then goes.
Okay.
Sweet.
Alright. This potion. Stick my pinky claw in it. Give it a taste as well while I'm harvesting.
It's potion of healing. Just a
Okay.
general.
Sweet. Basic potion of healing?
Yep.
Sweet.
There, I got some blights in there for you guys.
Yeah, there we go. Alright, add to my
This guy kind of hops
notepad.
up here and starts to weed this area.
So, because I'm giving myself proficiency in both nature and herbalism kits, can I guesstimate how many healing potions I could make with the stuff I gathered?
Healing potions? Guesstimate maybe 2.
Okay.
Okay.
2.
Not everything here is specific to healing potions.
Yeah, I figured.
There's several things. There's several things that you don't actually recognize for herbalism, and you're not sure what they use for.
Okay. Just gonna add to my loot.
You do also. There is a couple of notes in the drawers itself. One of them is looks like not Thaddeus, but Melina, his friend. Some quick notes that she wrote down about some of the plants in here, giving some names to some of the ones you didn't know, as well as writing down the name Verdant Lash, Brambleclaw, and Thicket Thorn are the names of the Vine Blight and then the 2 Twig Blights.
Oh.
I think I.
Does she have notes on why she has a man-eater plant in here? Alright.
It'd be
I
something
think
to be
Nyx
harvested.
Nyx is gonna write down real quick the names of those 3 blights so you can remember them better later.
The Vine Blight is Verdant Lash. And then the 2 Twig Blights are Brambleclaw and Thicket Thorn. According to the notes, those are the names they gave themselves, or something like that.
I'm gonna say Verdant Lash.
The Vine Blight looks up at you, expectant.
Would you be offended if I were to just refer to you as Lash? Lash, do you enjoy your work? Do you ever stop working?
Imagine there are times where they don't have to water.
Looks around at all the plants and how vibrant and rich the soil looks. Shrugs his shoulders.
Do you desire a time where you stop working?
Yeah, asking some real existential questions to this hulk of vines. Carson
I'm
actually says
trying to
that.
decide. I'm trying to determine what amount of sapience this creature has.
I don't know. If you keep trying, you might. I don't know. Stand lash on a life journey or something.
My goal was just to get him to take a couple-hour break every day, but like whatever.
You watch as he puts his hand, its hand onto the soil, and part of his hand grows a little bit into the soil, and then retracts, and that area seems to be extra nutrient heavy. Like it has fed soil and in turn was fed itself. Because you see it kind of stand up a little bit straighter.
Well, let's rehinge that door and leave these guys be.
Yeah, if they're happy, like whatever.
Okay.
I wonder if they would have even attacked us when we first entered. Who knows? Maybe the owner of the key would have told them to attack us.
Now we'll never know.
Nyx is gonna turn back real quick to the lights and ask, do you obey because I have the master's key?
Looks confused.
This key right here, and he pulls the key out of his pouch.
Descendant of
Okay.
Holston.
Is it, do you obey because I'm related to Thaddeus Holston? Huh. Okay.
Was a little hesitant on that nod. Almost as if it didn't quite understand why it specifically listens to you. But nodded.
I was curious. Thank you, all of you, for all your work. Keep doing a good job.
Three of them turn and bow. And the little twig blight back here waves as clumps of dirt fall onto the ground.
Oh no.
I'm gonna prestige those clumps of dirt into the soil that's on the planter and just like leave it there.
That's good.
I'm gonna have to come in here every couple weeks and just prestige the dirt back into the planter boxes.
Yup.
Alright. Well, if that's all for this floor, I imagine the alchemy explosion room is still burning.
It is. You guys want to check it out again, or
Does prestidigitation make the fire go away?
does not?
Then I'm gonna use it to kind of gather it up into a pile, scoop it into.
It's more as you try and gather up the whatever
Like-
remnants are there.
Isn't something burning?
It almost seems like the stones themselves of the floor are in certain parts.
Can I smother it? Like
Attempting
if
to
I
smother it,
Yeah.
you attempt to smother it. You put something over it, over the top, try and pat it out, pull the whatever it was back off or wipe it off. Still smoldering.
Is it hot?
Does it burn things? Like if I put a piece of paper to it, does it burn the paper?
It does.
Darn it. I was thinking, let's just put a carpet over it. But
Well, I'm gonna clean out all the soot and all that crap, I guess, but leave the fire burning because there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, that's good.
if that's all there is on this floor, we're gonna go over to Thaddeus's room again.
You head upstairs, and
Alright, quick question. Is that suit of armor down here canon? Is that actually there?
it is, yes.
Okay, sweet. Oh, that's what I meant by canon. We're taking that. Is it a statue or is it a suit of armor?
Statue.
Awesome, we're taking it. How heavy is it?
Stone with metal on the outside. So, I mean, it's doable to get it out, but it's...
Is it
heavy.
actual armor on it?
No, it looks like it's more like bolted.
Okay, it's more like
into
it's
the
more
skin.
like inlaid. It's like it's decorative. Okay. Tarzan's like thinking about like attempting it, and he like looks at our current retinue, and he's like, "Yeah, we'll just leave this."
I could try it.
No.
We could also bring back Simeon if he's ever willing, and just have him harvest the metal.
If we ever hit it big enough on these adventures we're going on, I'll just get some movers to do it.
Fair.
Or some lumberjacks, call it good.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, more books. Alright, I don't know.
Oh, come on.
I really, we'd have to look back on the recording. I don't know if the lightning ever hit these books over here.
Just for my own sanity, I'm gonna say yes.
Fine. Listen, I'm not saying make
No,
a bunch of
I'll say-
books.
It did hit part of it, but most of the books there are salvageable.
Okay. Let's say
There were like 5 or 10 books.
awesome. 10 more books from Thaddeus Holston's room.
What's the dragon head made out of?
It's a combination of kind of metal plating and wood.
Wait, so this isn't an actual blue stuffed dragon head? Lame. It's still an art piece.
It is, yeah.
One blue dragon head art piece. One.
I'll say
more
surprisingly,
mark.
the
Oh, wait.
furniture in this room is actually fairly well kept.
How's the bed?
Survived. It's intact.
Okay, this room here was like a closet, right? For clothing?
Closet. Nothing in it though.
Okay.
And there was nothing in this bathroom.
Nope.
Oh, cool. Nothing in the drawers of these dressers, I imagine.
I mean, you guys already. I believe you guys already checked.
We checked,
We
basically,
got
yeah.
everything. Got everything in here.
Alright, cool.
I think. Let me double check.
Any more torches of continual flame in here? I imagine, unless the 14 was everywhere.
There would be 3 more in here.
Okay.
But yeah.
Change that to 17.
I
Um, out of curiosity, I guess Nyx is gonna kind of get his quarterstaff out and kind of poke around at like the three portraits that the enemy had been moving between before, and to see if I don't know, to see if they're just portraits at this point.
At this point in time, they are all empty. The one that was over here is just a white canvas. This one down here has heavy slashes and cuts through it. This one has a couple slashes and whatnot through it as well. And I believe this one's on the ground, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And you do see on the back, more diminished now, but a small patch about that big of what looks like stars.
Yeah, Nyx quickly backs away from that.
Yeah, Carson's gonna cast Sacred Flame on that crap.
Okay.
On all three of them, or just the one?
Oh no, let's take. Well, I mean, the third one was shattered, we'll take down the white one too, and if it's on the back of that one as well, we'll.
The white one isn't white anymore. That only lasts an hour.
Oh, it does? Okay. In that case, it's a landscape, which I don't think took any specific damage, if I remember correctly. It was mainly
Don't
the
think
bottom
so.
one and the left one.
I shot at least one arrow at that one.
Okay. So it may have a few holes in it. But yeah, definitely repairable. The one on the left there, the top left, you cast Sacred Flame at it. Remind me, it's radiant damage, correct?
Correct.
The the range just died. The frame and the canvas itself start to catch on fire from the light. And for a brief second, actually, what's everyone's passive perceptions? Whoever is over in that area.
I have 15.
Same.
11.
You both, Nix and Carson, both see that small patch of sky of night, sky of stars, as the fire starts to take the painting itself and burn inward towards it. It convulses and starts to grow slightly before being burned away into ash.
Do you happen to see that, Carson?
Okay.
I'm not sure what I saw.
Did? Check down that other one, and we'll take down the other one and see if there's another piece on it.
You look at the other two, and they are both clean. There's nothing on the back of either of them.
Sweet. That's another piece of art. That I'll cast Mending on. At least the bottom one was absolutely shattered. I remember that. But
that one's
that's beyond
just
repair. But that's one piece of art. What would you say this is a portrait of?
This one will be a forest landscape. Al, are you on top of the bed or are you underneath?
I'm laying on it.
Okay. Are you what are you up to at this point in time?
I'm laying on it.
Just resting? Okay, cool.
Yep, that's it.
It's surprisingly comfy.
Alright. I think we've scoured the place, besides the elevator room, which we're not going to go into right now. Carson's going to call it and say that's good. Load our stuff in the wagon and head out.
All right.
Fine by me.
As you guys start to load, take things down to the cart, Nix, you're walking down the stairs, and curious. You're curious by nature. You like mysteries, intriguing opportunities, things that you can find out. Nix, there is something below the Citadel. It is a mystery. You feel the urge, a slight urge. Just go explore. Like you did on those hunts a couple days ago, to go out by yourself, and to explore, find. All you have to do is keep walking down those stairs.
Tarzan?
Right, yes?
That thing you did before, let's go. No, don't go. Yes, help, please.
You point to your own head.
Yeah, I point to my own head and go cuckoo sign.
Well, if you're acknowledging you're being cuckoo, you're not being influenced. This is common enchantment magic. If it was real enchantment magic, you'd just be going.
I suppose you have a point there. Yeah, let's go.
Listen to reason, let's just stay as a group.
Right.
You feel that tug, center of your chest. It's so exciting. Something new is down there.
Nix. We'll go together tomorrow.
That's a promise. We are intending to go, Nix. Don't you worry.
Right. Yeah, we'll get there soon enough.
That seems to satisfy the urge.
Alright.
So, with your loot, you head to the carts. I will say you guys do have a hard time getting the massive rug in this small, rickety, horse-drawn cart. It's not very well made. Nothing in the town is very well made for the most part anymore. And one of the sides collapses under the weight. You kind of you guys have to together lift it up as Tarzan puts the wood back together and mends it. But with all that you guys have collected, you head back down the hill. Back down the mountain. Switch back and forth, taking it nice and slow in this frozen tundra. I need each of you to make a Constitution saving throw because of the cold.
Not me. Goddamn slippers.
Does winter clothing allow me to not need it?
Winter clothing gives you advantage.
Okay.
For those of you who have winter clothing, which I think all of you technically do, but yeah.
My slippers.
Slippers.
All right, I'm gonna say the giant carpet in the throne room. We're actually abandoning that. I did a
That's
quick
fair.
calc. And let's say it's 3 pounds per square foot. That's actually super heavy. Um, let's say it's like a pound per square foot. This is like a thick thing. That's still a 600-pound carpet.
Yeah.
If it's 3 pounds per square foot, that's almost a ton heavy. Which I mean, it could be. It's a thick, lavish carpet potentially. We're
Yeah.
abandoning that.
How do you calculate carry in this? Like how much I can carry?
It's your strength score times 20, I want to say.
50.
Also, if you go to your
Um,
inventory, there's a red bar right next to your portrait, and that says the number.
Okay. So I'm good for 400 pounds then. Yeah, there's no way we carry a ton.
There's no
All of
one
us.
carries a actual 2,000 pounds. Well, it's 1,800 pounds, but still.
Like even if we all had 20 strength, we couldn't carry it.
So with
We
a
could
little bit lighter
encumbered.
load.
If you had a party of 4 people at 20 strength, you could do it while encumbered and moving at half speed.
Math. Yeah, okay. So with a little bit lighter load, you do make your way down, taking a couple of hours, and it's now getting the sun has setted. That's well English right there.
Set.
The sun has set uh, in the west. I will say you guys get a fantastic view of the sun setting from the trek down. But making your way back into town, you see a few people out. They wave. Some of the lumberjacks coming back from chopping wood, and they specifically Colt and my brain needs to work. What's his name? Okay, my notes fail me. Colt and Varen, I think his name is.
I was just pulling it up.
Yeah,
Yep,
Colt and
Varen.
Varen. Yep. They both kind of wave as you guys head back in. Colt comes over. To see my cart made it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys
Carson will
just
even if it's been busted in anywhere, Carson will have cast mending on it to
Yeah.
fix it up.
kind of figured. Anyway, you guys take it back to the vein and unload. But I will say you do have most of an evening to yourselves. What do you guys want to do?
Probably head back to the tavern, get ready for the next day.
Carson's gonna unload everything, put it into his storage area he has on the second floor of the vein. If Soren's there, is he?
This late, probably not.
Okay,
But you know where he lives. He lives with his parents.
true. I'll lay out the torches. Yeah, I'll say there's probably sconces in front of the golden vein. He'll replace 2 of the burnt out torches that are probably there with the 2 normal, or with the 2 continual flame torches.
Good.
And then everything else I wrote down, he's gonna get that big pile of books, and that's gonna be Soren's job on his off time, is to read through the books of Thaddeus Holston to see if there's anything of value.
He's gonna love that.
That sounds like somewhere between the most desirable and most painful job ever, and I don't know which it'll be.
I mean, like, it's not
For
like
Soren?
I'm not asking him to like be thorough. Just like give me a vague summary, man.
Spark notes it.
Don't write a book report.
Know
I mean,
enough
for
you could
Soren,
sell it.
he's gonna love that.
Yeah, know enough about it that you could sell it, or sell me on it if it's important. Listen, I'm
Cool.
setting this up for you, Josh. If we need to suddenly have some random information available to us and you don't know how to deliver it, this is the way.
Thanks. So Carson's doing inventory. Ergy, you head back to the tavern.
Carson, before everyone leaves, he'll say, well, if everyone's ready, I believe on the morrow we can make our next expedition down.
Sounds good to me.
I think so.
All right.
Well, Nix, what are you guys up to this evening?
Making some food. Rubbing elbows with the locals. Going to bed.
Being an antisocial hermit, staying in my house, going to bed.
I figure
sounds
at
like
this
my entire life.
point, Marlon pretty much just like lets me use his kitchen whenever I want.
Probably.
I brought him in enough sales that I don't think it really matters to him what I do as long as I'm being reasonable. So I just am making myself something in the kitchens, you know.
Yeah,
Good.
Nix is probably just hanging out at the tavern for a while before going to his room.
Nothing of note really happens. A couple of people request stories from you, Cal. Your choice if you want to oblige or not.
If it's a shorter story, I'm willing while I'm, enjoying my meal or making myself a drink or whatever, but pretty quickly I head up to bed.
Okay. A good day of physical labor has brought you all pretty tired, pretty exhausted, and sleep makes you all easily. Yeah, the morning comes. You all wake up. Take your long rests if you need to.
Let's get to it. Let's do this thing. I'm ready.
What skill proficiency or tool set do you think would be particularly helpful on this day? I don't think cooked utensils is going to be particularly helpful down in this situation.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know.
we have an herbalism kit now. Because I think I guess I didn't say it, but I wanted to take the herbalism kit from the...
I kind of figured.
So you could gain proficiency in herbalism kits, and maybe if we run into any plants down in the mines, I don't know if we will. Lichen? I don't know how to say it. Lichen.
Happy to do that one if it sounds helpful. Are there any gaps that we need to be concerned about?
Can you pick any skill or tool?
Uh-huh.
Do you already have perception?
I don't. Oh, I do actually. I'm just not wise.
Then an herbalism kit sounds pretty reasonable. I mean, I'm very wise, but... Man, that's so funny. My only wisdom-based skill I'm proficient in is insight. Granted, I can give myself proficiency in, a skill with a channel divinity, but... rather save that channel divinity to turn it into a spell slot.
No.
I think we've got bases pretty well covered.
Great. Pretty sure. Herbalism kit update.
I'll give you the herbalism kit so you can add it to your inventory.
Sounds good.
With that, I think I'd be ready to go.
A quick breakfast and a farewell to Marlin.
I'll tell Soren the prices for the torches we're selling too.
Easy enough, you can catch him in the morning. With all of that, you collect your things, you're ready, and once again, make the trek up the hill. Again, it's a clear morning, and it seems like a lot of the snow has frozen over. And so the trek up is going to be a little bit more difficult and take a little more time. Seeing as it's, at this point, considered difficult terrain. I need an athletics check from each of you and a constitution saving throw. With advantage for the weather. And you don't have to make it, Karzan.
But an athletics check nonetheless.
Right. He's
Fanfare.
Al, even with the winter clothing, the cold and the wind starts to bite, and you take a point of exhaustion on the now 3 to 4 hour trek up the hill in this cold. Rest of you looks like you're good for the cold.
Since I
And
rolled,
only... What's that?
quick question. Since I rolled a nat 20, can I opt to provide extra warm clothing to Cal to prevent him from receiving exhaustion?
Allow it. What do you... Yeah, no, I'll allow it, yeah.
I'll say like I have a heavy animal fur something on that I pull out and give to him.
Al starts shivering and you're like totally vibing, and so you just hand over your cloak kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Damsel in distress vibes. Seems appropriate.
Oh yeah, all out. So, yeah, you don't have that exhaustion anymore.
Thank you.
As Ergi aids. But the rest of the trip seems to be pretty uneventful. You find yourselves once again at the front gates of Deepfrost Citadel. Entering in, you're out of the wind, but it's still cold. And as you make your way through the dining room, down the tower stairs, Nick's excitement starts to build up. Pit of your stomach. Being able to go where you have read of, a place you've read about in the journals of Thaddeus. Exciting. And you find yourself smiling as you travel deeper down the tower. winding staircase. Even at the sight of the bloodstains, drag marks, and the massive chain and lock holding the lever. To whatever this contraption is in the center of this big room.
Shall we?
Well, we're not heading back now.
Next, you take the master's key, insert it into the padlock. It turns, pops open, things to the ground, and you all gather on this platform.
Is my detect magic picking up anything?
No,
Or is this
actually, it's not.
all
Surprising.
mechanical? Okay.
All mechanical. Next, you pull the lever down. You can hear gears turning and wood creaking as you step onto the platform, and it begins to lower. Now I need to find this. The elevator churns and groans as it descends. Darkness, you descend into dim light. A few specks of light.
Sorry, I'm not getting your words. You're garbled.
Oh. Everyone else hear me?
Now I can. You're clearer now.
Weird. Okay. Try that again. The elevator churns as it and groans as it descends. From the darkness, you descend into the dim light of a frigid environment. A few specks of light shed by the icy walls of the tunnel, and the silence give it an eerie vibe. With a loud clang, the elevator comes to a halt on a stone platform. Platform drops about 3-4 feet down onto what seems like solid ice. Everyone see everything okay?
Yep.
Yep.
Double checked all of the lighting and stuff.
What is the lighting in here?
Dim light. Everything seems to be dim light in here.
Well,
I will say, it doesn't look like I have any like limited range in my vision.
Huh.
yeah, I can see all the way to past this.
Uh,
I think that's supposed to be that way because you're not using your dark vision at this point, since it is all dim light.
Oh, it's all dim light. Okay. All right, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay.
As you look closer at the walls, you actually notice frozen into the ice and even growing outside of the ice, a slightly bioluminescent lichen.
Oh, heck yeah.
That just kind of gives a general glow to the ice itself.
Is this right here a 2 to 3 foot drop off from the stone to the
Yes.
ice?
It's about 3 to 4 feet drop.
And also, do I need to intentionally bully myself into not knowing layouts, or is it different enough to not matter?
I would frown upon metagaming in this instance.
Okay, just I'm gonna just try to not think about it then, and that's great.
I know.
So, Cal, where do you want to go? Let you lead this
In my
session.
past life of evil fighting, do I remember anything that would cause such cold unnaturally?
There's a lot of things that can cause cause this kind of cold unnaturally. Specific kinds of dragons are some of those. The chromatic whites. There's also many the realms of oddly enough, some of the hells, or one of the hells, that is known for
Levistus.
ice and being frozen. Those are the ones you would know. As you guys explore this general area, let me read one more thing real quick before you move forward. The elevator opens into an unassuming tunnel that is the same, if not colder, than outside. Every step you take, you threaten to slip and fall. Everything in here is considered difficult terrain.
Ugh. Disgusting.
Except for Tarzan, who has no issues as he's wearing Papa slippers.
Heck,
If I remember correctly. I think that's part of it.
you ignored the pain caused by ice or snow. Would you look at that?
There are two ways to go: directly north, and then to the east. Once again, I need passive perceptions from everybody.
10.
15.
15.
11.
15, 11, 10. Nix and Tarzan, you guys immediately see underneath some layers of ice smears of blood heading towards the east
Oh, we are.
passage.
Well,
What muck?
let's try and find Carter, shall we?
Also, I'm quite sure this isn't anything natural. It seems like some sort of ice formed by abomination. Just a warning.
You know, Ergi, I'm pretty sure you have a spell to sense those types of things nearby. Cough, you can cast it as a ritual. Cough.
Well played. Oh, yes. This is something I've learned in my much experiencedness. I'm going to ritual cast detect evil and good. Can I ritual cast that?
I think you also have a class ability.
You do, but that's not
Oh, I
like
see.
constantly up. Whereas Detect Evil Good is concentration, lasts for 10 minutes. And then you immediately, within 30 feet of you, you know if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located.
I thought it says 60 feet?
It says within 30 feet of you. For Detect Evil and Good.
Oh, sorry, I was reading the wrong thing.
Yeah, I can do divine sense as well. Open your awareness to detect
Divine sense is like a
powerful
pulse.
within 60 feet, though. That's nice. Not behind total cover, so not as nice.
I see you making gestures, you two.
I am doing everything in my power to not metagame, and it's not working. And so
Okay, I'm going to use divine sense.
Well, you just have, if you ritual cast Detect Evil and Good, it's a free cast, and then you constantly for 10 minutes have a 30-foot radius sense that you can just maintain.
no spell slot used.
No spell slot required.
Okay,
That's why ritual cast is so great.
so how do you know if you can ritual cast something?
If it says it's a ritual spell.
Yeah, it doesn't say it on like when you hover over it, for whatever reason. But I do know for a fact that Detect Evil and Good is ritual.
Okay,
It's not really showing that in 5e tools.
Yeah. What?
Detect Evil and Good is not a ritual spell.
You're kidding me.
Concentration, 10 minutes spell, 1 action.
Well, it doesn't say detect magic. Oh no, first ritual.
Yeah, not a ritual.
What? I could have
Okay.
sworn.
So I'm going to use divine sense. That's 60 feet at least, and I can use it 4 times total between long rests.
So go ahead and mark off your first one there. You sit back for just a second, concentrate on your surroundings, remembering your training in your early days of connecting to your deity. But of course, that isn't an option anymore. So as you focus, you're not sure if this will work or not. But you feel the pulse leave your essence, your thoughts, as your perception is expanded, widened. You do not, within 60 feet of you, feel any of those types of creatures.
And then, is there any place within that radius that has been consecrated or desecrated?
No.
Cool. All right. Well, we can decide to use that every now and then. I have a few uses of it.
Right. Well, there is a trail here under some of the ice there going
Yes.
along the bottom tunnel on the map, right?
Allow me to be superstitious for a bit. Carzan's going to cast ritual cast augury.
Augury, okay.
And he will ask. One sec. If we take the course of action to follow the blood, what are the results?
I'll let you deck cards.
Whoa, wheel and woe. Nothing.
You shuffle, kneeling down in the ice. You see a smear of blood, almost like something dragged itself past, or was dragged, maybe. You ask your question, and pull a card. It's an ace. The ace of hearts.
Is that wheel?
Potentially, it seems to be.
Alright, let's follow the blood. So the blood is just to the east?
Hmm.
Karzan will take the lead, since he's the one without any difficulty walking.
Nyx will. Oh,
So you continue forward. It does seem like there is a split in the way forward here.
I'm gonna establish now that Cal is perpetually taking the dodge action. Just throwing that out there.
Moving forward, you see the way off to the right continues for a ways down. You do see what looks like a bush, some kind, in a little alcove off to the left.
I'm gonna cast Detect Evil and Good. That way, at least I'll have 10 minutes of us being able to walk around.
Okay. Once
What?
again, you feel
Yeah,
a similar.
Can't make sounds and then. What am I missing?
Oh, I have watched hundreds of hours of people run this dungeon in the original form. And so I know a lot of information about this area that I'm not allowed to have. So you do you, and I'm just trying to play my character accurately. And
Okay.
Once again, you feel that wave emanate out of you constantly, and within 30 feet, once again, you don't feel anything of an aberrant nature, celestial, elemental, fey fiend, undead. Doesn't seem like anything around you is of that nature, those natures.
Does my detect magic go off with that bush?
I do not believe it does.
Karzan will get closer and peek around the corner here.
In an alcove, previously hidden from view, sits a little camp. A bedroll that has been rolled out on the ground. Looks like it has been slept in. Sticks and stones have been arranged for a campfire that was never lit. An unused tinderbox lying next to it. A backpack, half rummaged through, sits to the back of the alcove. Otherwise, it is completely empty.
abandoned mid firelight team.
I'll investigate to see what happened here recently. Or if I can click.
Go ahead and make an investigation check. Whoever
Nyx
wants
will
to help out with that.
Yeah, Nyx will help as well.
I'm gonna be keeping an active watch down this corridor.
It's 23 total.
23. That is quite good. You go over to the tinderbox and check it out. It's one from Hermilton. Stones and the campfire was never lit. You do see the bedroll has a lump underneath it. You start to move it out of the way, and seems to be a book with loose leaf pages sitting there. You also look through the backpack real quick, ignoring the book for a split second. Inside the backpack, you do find 2 days worth of rations that are seemingly still safe to eat. A coin pouch with 35 silver, 16 gold pieces, and a rolled up scroll. Apparently a spell scroll.
Sick. So 16 gold, 37 silver? I didn't hear the silver.
35 silver.
35 silver. Okay. Look at the spell scroll. What's that got?
Looking at it and reading through it, it seems to be a spell scroll of shatter.
Shatter. I'll toss that over to Cal, because I believe he's the only one who can cast that. At least I think he can cast it.
Cal, make a perception check for me.
I'm looking at my spell list, and I'll do that.
You should be able to.
check.
Yeah, Shatter's on
I remember
the bard
casting
spell
shatter
list.
as a...
Great.
Yeah.
Perception. Normal. Nope.
Cool.
Wunderbar.
You and Nyx grab the book that was there and look through it. Indeed, it seems to be a journal. As you read through it, it's Carter's. If you go into the items tab, you should be able to see it in books and writings.
Oh my.
Seems to start before they headed to the Citadel. And honestly, you weren't even aware that Carter could write.
I should be showing the battlefield to see what show what I'm reading.
Well, Yikes. Not really done much beyond hearing voices and stuff down here.
Hmm. I don't believe we're going to find a living person. That's unfortunate. Karzan will look at the bush. This is a plant? Living down here?
Growing out of the ice. It's almost looks like a berry bush, and indeed there are little red berries growing off of it.
Cal, take a look at this.
Nature?
Sure.
I'll help him. I should mention. Oh, look at that.
22.
Much better. You even with that high of a roll, these berries, while similar to a lot of ones that you've seen before, are just slightly different. Each one of them is just a little bit elongated. You don't think they would be poisonous? In fact, they might be like the only thing to actually eat down here, or whatever inhabits these tunnels.
Could I either do an herbalism kit check or something to make some guesses as to how they would be different from berries of the type that I've seen before?
Yeah, using the tools from the herbalism kit and your own perception.
While he's doing that, Carson's going to ritual cast augury to ask about the results of eating these berries.
How do you word it?
I can't really word it, considering augury is you ask about a course of action. So I ask about eating the berries.
Okay. As has happened several times since learning this spell and since starting to use the deck for it, you're shuffling and your hands are shaking a little bit, shivering from. Well, no, you can't feel the cold, but either way, 2 cards do fall out of the deck before you're even able to finish shuffling. A Joker and an Ace. It's like wheel and woe.
Huh.
Another 19. Dang. What specifically are you trying to ascertain?
So you said that I've seen berries that are similar to these before, but there are certain traits that are different. So I'm just hoping I can pick up any of the differences just by like inference or like looking through the manuals that were in the desk or like anything like that to try to figure out.
Absolutely. Funny enough, recently, when you met, I believe it was when you met Garenwyn, and possibly, I think Nyx might use these as well. They are similar in texture and shape to the good berries that you have been given. a little more narrow and elongated, but similar in that aspect. But you know that good berries don't grow on plants. They are magically produced. And the
Uh-oh.
only... Oh, what did we lose?
Whoa.
All good?
Yeah, my entire Discord just flipped out for a second, but we're good. So theoretically, some form of ration that would expire 24 hours after we pluck it.
Possibly. The plant itself, though, looks more like a blueberry bush. Like the leaves and the ways. But it's... Yeah, it's interesting.
I don't trust this plant as far as I can throw it.
Cal's gonna take every berry he can find on the plant,
Okay.
and he has a little pouch that on him, and just keep them separate in there. Not necessarily planning to eat them, but
All right.
You were able to pick... Um... 8 of these berries. Of the ones that are the most ripe and the most ready to pick.
All right. Well, that will go on. By the way, I forgot to mention something about augury. Um, every time you cast it after the first time per day has a cumulative
right.
25% chance of giving a random reading. So we'll just say after that second casting, it's a 50. If I were to cast it, it's a 50-50 chance to be random. Probably shouldn't have wasted it that early, but you know, whatever. I've got detect magic and detect evil and good up. Cars will
Sounds
now
good.
continue onwards.
Okay, let's pause here.
Looking down either side, honestly, these icy tunnels with rock protruding out of the ice on either side, they are similar enough to be a little confusing. And so looking to the left and looking straight, you can see it turns to the right, or left, immediately into something else, and then continues on. And then off to your left, the passage turns right and left at the end.
Tarzan's instinct is to continue along the southernmost wall until about this point when he starts seeing something to his left.
Oh. You see that passageway opens up into a fairly large circular room. The middle seems to be a darker ice. Or maybe there's something under the ice that is darker that is showing through it. Other than that, and a few snow drifts, that's all you see.
Yeah. Continue a bit. Let the others see as well.
Looking, kind of sidestepping either side, looks like there is an exit on the cardinal directions, north, south, east, west, of that circular room.
Well, I don't like that room right now, so I'm going to continue against the wall. That has been fairly uneventful. Don't know if everyone wants to keep following or keep following that plan, but that's the way I'm going right now.
Interesting room, but yeah, let's stick together.
can see way far. So tiny when I zoom out to see as far as I can.
Person and everyone passing through or passing past this opening here. Did you make perception checks for me?
Awesome. I'm pretty okay at those. Get this dice out of my face. I open up to roll, and the dice rolls right on where I would click to roll a perception check. Ah, wow. Okay.
Pretty great, huh?
Not when I roll bad.
Nyx and Cal. As you pass by, there is something that catches the corner of your eye in that room, in the circular room. On this, in this snowdrift over here, you see some metal poking out. You couldn't see it from the other side, but as you pass by this one, you do see some metal of some kind sticking out. Hard to tell from this distance, though, what it is.
Something over that way, guys.
I
It was which snowdrift again?
The bottom left,
Okay.
southwest.
When they point that out, I'm going to remember that I have guidance and cast guidance on myself and try to take a closer look from a distance.
I would stealth
Actually-
over there and check it out. But I am wearing the Cloak of Aya. And I don't really want it to scream in these corridors.
Also, I'm realizing I don't want to cast guidance right now because I'm concentrating on detect magic.
So, Nyx, any interest in stealthing over to that and seeing what it is?
I suppose so. Stealth. Expert stealther. With a roll of 10. 19. Just gonna step around the bottom right snowdrift and stopping right there because we see something darker in the middle there.
It seems to be part of the stonework that's
Under the ice?
underneath the ice. Maybe a dais that was raised up a little bit, and the ice kind of melted and grew over it.
Okay. Yeah, he'll kind of step as much as he can between whatever that is and the edge of the snowdrift as he gets closer to the bottom left snowdrift.
Okay.
And stop right about there.
You see a small metal box, about 1.5 by 1.5 feet, shoved into the snow or peeking out of the snow, really. Just a metal box, rusted in little parts of it.
Nyx is going to pull out his quarterstaff and gently poke it.
You pull your quarterstaff, you poke the box. It kind of shifts in there.
Solid box.
Everything else seems to be, yeah.
Okay. He'll try tugging on it a little then.
Honestly, easy enough. You kind of just you pull it and move it around a little bit, and it comes out. As it does, a few feet to your left, you see in the snowdrift, surfacing out of the snow itself, two black eyes and black dotted mouth as this snowman rises up out of the snow. You all watch as a snowman forms there, a snowman forms there, and a slightly larger snowman forms there.
Wonderful.
And that is where we are going to end the night.
Okay.
And it seems.
Good luck, Nix. You got it.
I believe in
It
you.
seems like you are being attacked by a bunch of snowmen.
Oh, if only it was dark instead of dim lights.
Your ability only works in darkness. It doesn't work in dim light too.
I think it works in dim light.
I feel like it should work in dim light for Gloomstalkers.
While in darkness, you are invisible to any creature that relies on dark vision to see you in that darkness.
Jeez.
Blow my raspberries at that.
Ooh, I like the light blue
Freeze.
outline when
Yeah.
pausing. That's cool.
Alright. Good stuff,
Awesome.
guys. Triggered an initiative even though we were trying not to.
It's a trap.
We can trigger a fight eventually.
What's in the box, though?
What's in the box?
We have to fight to find out.
Oh, red snapper.
Oh no.
Awesome.
I hate hovering over these things like snowman, snowman, snowman lord.
Oh gosh. Okay.
The lord of
I'm excited.
snowmen. I'm like, alright, what spells am I using? I have spells. I have a good amount of spells. Am I using them?
Fire.
I don't think any of you have fireball right now.
No.
I have. Wait, is Hellish Rebuke fire damage?
It is.
Yes, it is. I just have to get hit. And I'm good.
These are snowmen, right? Just
I do
gather 'em
have
all
a-
together. I have fire breath.
How bad could it be?
Just light them on. Just use my fire breath on them. It'll be great.
I have the absorbed
Just get 'em all
elements,
together.
so
Cold
I
damage.
have at least a bit of
yeah.
protection against cold
Hey,
damage
there
if
you
I use
go.
it.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, have a fantastic night. We'll see. Everyone good for next week?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I think so.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well,
Alright, thanks, Josh.
Thanks,
You
Josh.
guys.
Have a good one.
see you guys next week.
Adios.